Hey guys, this is Colby from Colby's K9s. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about pressure. The type of pressure that I'm going to talk about is spatial pressure. Okay, so that has to do with your space and your dog's space. We are always exerting pressure. When the word pressure is brought up, maybe in a conversation or something like that, I think I would think of like a clamp or something pressing down, something like applying pressure, that kind of thing. And that's sort of what I'm talking about, but not exactly, okay? This type of pressure is not necessarily a bad thing. It's a great learning tool. It's great to be able to use pressure in the right way, and usually the moment when we turn that pressure off, then that thing happens more often, okay? Let me show you a little example and how I would use spatial pressure in training.
Here I'm with Remy, and I just want her to stay on that little bed, and as you'll watch, I'll move around this way and she starts to step off, and I just move back into her just real subtly. She gets back on, and then I release her.
One way that might be useful to think about this as well is between two dogs. So let's say Lily, my oldest dog, has a bone, and Cooper, my younger dog, does not. And he's looking at that thing. He's like, oh yeah, I want that bone. So he comes toward Lily, right? So he's putting pressure on Lily by getting closer. His space is closer to her space, so that's pressure, okay? Now Lily is not gonna back down from a bone, okay? So she's gonna stiffen up a little bit, right? She's gonna reinforce her pressure, her spatial pressure, and maybe even give a little growl, which just kind of adds to that. And she's not going to back down, right? Well, Cooper has a choice. He can stand there, and this can keep escalating, right? And get more and more and more and more, or he can back off, so he can respond to her spatial pressure, right? And because it didn't go to a fight, like none of that's a bad thing. Like it's no big deal. It's like, okay, that was just good, silent communication between two dogs. That just totally makes sense. Another example, so let's say me and you are talking, right? So imagine right now, I'm right in front of you and we're having this conversation and we're talking. Okay, so this distance is comfortable, right? We're just talking, no big deal, just two adults chatting, okay? Well then, as we talk and as it goes on, well, I get a little closer, right? And now, you're not gonna think about it yet. It's just like, I don't know. You maybe feel a little weird. I do. I get a little anxious about people being super close to me. Well, let's say as this conversation goes on, it's a good conversation, super interesting. But then as we go on, I'm getting closer and closer and closer until finally you back off, right? And that is you probably unconsciously responding to my spatial pressure. Now, why I would do that, I have no idea. I wouldn't actually do that to you. But people have done that before, and it's usually not on purpose, and I usually don't respond in a conscious way. I usually don't think about it. And maybe the most important point of all with spatial pressure is that you are already using it. You're already using it. You just don't know it. So why not use it correctly? So now I hope that with this understanding of how your space affects your dog's space, that you can leave from here and communicate with your dog more effectively. All right, thanks guys. Hope that helped.